Good morning. I love it. On this glorious sunny day, we welcome you to the East Bay Regional Park District's special event for our 90th anniversary. I'm Susan Hsu, Assistant General Manager of Public Affairs for the East Bay Regional Park District. We are so pleased to have you here today. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce the President of the Board of Directors for the East Bay Regional Park District, Ms. Elizabeth Echoes.
Good morning. Thank you all so much for being here. It's just a gorgeous day, and we're not going to have many remarks because I know you're eager to get on to the naturalist program, but I do want to welcome you all to the Thurgood Marshall Regional Park and the celebration of Black History Walk, one of East Bay Regional Park District's 90th anniversary Explore Your Park Adventure Series. We're going to have a number of series throughout this year to celebrate the 90th anniversary. And we're going to begin today with a land acknowledgement in recognition of the native tribes that preceded us and have cared for us since time immemorial. I want to acknowledge that we are within the ancestral territory of the Chukun peoples. The lands currently within the East Bay Regional Park District fall within the territories of a diverse and resilient group of indigenous people who are descended from the Bay Miwok, the Ohlone-speaking people. Please join us in honoring with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded it since time immemorial and continue to remain deeply connected to it today. Welcome again. For the past 90 years, the East Bay Regional Park District has preserved and protected open space and provided safe and welcoming parks for recreation and nature viewing in Alameda and Contra Costa County. Established in 1934, the Park District is now one of the largest park districts of its kind in the nation, with 73 regional parks available for hiking, biking, swimming, horseback riding, boating, camping, nature discovery, you name it. So we really want to welcome you and include you and want you to join us in celebrating these 90 years. So we invite you to explore the regional parks throughout this year and celebrate the anniversary events and programs. Now I would like to recognize the board members here today. Of course, we have John Mercurio, who represents this district and this beautiful spot where we are today. Director Coffey is here, and Director Rosario. Great. I'd also like to acknowledge a couple of our elected officials who are here this morning. Laura Nakamura from the Concord City Council, and Holly Tillman from the Clayton Council. Great. So thank you so much all for being here today. And with that, it's my pleasure to formally introduce Director John Mercurio, who was elected to the Board of Directors in November of 2022. Director Mercurio previously served on the Park District's Park Advisory Committee, so we know he has deep expertise in our parks even before he came on the board. He also served as a Concord Planning Commissioner and as a Concord Parks, Recreation, and Open Space Commissioner. Director Mercurio was also appointed to the California Recreational Trails Committee by then Governor Gray Davis. So join me in welcoming Director Mercurio to the podium.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I too want to welcome you to what will become Concord's first regional park. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, but we're the largest city in the county and we haven't had a regional park, so we do now, and you're on it. How many of you are visiting this land for the first time? Just about everybody, yeah. It's pretty amazing when you drive up that road and you go higher and higher and you start seeing the view of Mount Diablo, isn't it? Well, when we get this open, you'll be able to walk around at your leisure on the trail network that'll be here. So think about that. But for now, this is considered your introduction to what lies ahead, mostly. there's a lot of natural, it's rich in natural and cultural history here. The human history dating back to the native tribes, then extending up to World War II, obviously, why this land was developed in the way it was, and all the way up to the present. And then also, just as an aside, I want to thank you all for being here, because I seem to recall there's some other event going on today. But we scheduled this so it would give you enough time to get to your couch and get to and all the more important to be here today, because you got to work off with the walk. You got to work off all that terrible stuff we're all going to be eating, more than likely. So anyway, good opportunity for all of us. So today, the East Bay Regional Park District consists of 126,810 acres of open space, 55 miles of shoreline, which extend from the Santa Clara County line all the way up and around to Oakley, roughly, and over 1,300 miles of trails. We serve 3 million residents, which is actually greater than 25 states. And we receive an estimated 30 million visits annually, more than all the Bay Area sports teams combined. So that's what you have. That's what's going on here. And again, Bay Area sports teams, go Niners, right? So we have the unique role and privilege to provide residents with nature close to home. Wherever you live in the East Bay, there is a beautiful regional park close to you. And that's just not limited to the hill environments like where we are here. People tend to think of the East Bay Regional Park District as Tilden and Redwood and those parks up there. But we have many opportunities along the shoreline of the bay. And so that makes us even more accessible to those that can't make it up into the hills, right? I mean, and it's more of a densely populated area too. So I really like that idea that we serve the residents of West Alameda and Contra Costa County also. And how did this all happen? How did we get here today? Well, the story of the Park District began in the late 1920s, when thousands of acres of watershed land in the East Bay Hills became available for development. But the civic leaders at the time, I guess primarily in Berkeley and Oakland and that area there, didn't want to see that happen, and saw the opportunities that were available up there for creating a park system. So the civic leaders came together with an ambitious vision: preserve the land forever and balance environmental conservation with public enjoyment. Well, then in 1934, in the heart of the Great Depression, civic leaders, they placed a measure on the ballot to establish the East Bay Regional Park District and provide funding. There always needs to be funding for land preservation. And 71% of the voters knew this was a great idea. 71%. So that's how we got started. And because of that public investment and passion for parks, today, as it's been mentioned, we are 73 parks strong, spread all across Alameda and Contra Costa County. So I want to thank the community. I want to thank you for being great supporters throughout the years, and has helped the Park District grow into a leader, a national and maybe world leader even, for parks, recreation, the environment, and fiscal sustainability. And let's not forget the regional trails that connect our communities, as well as our parks. That system is growing also, even today. So here we are at the new Thurgood Marshall Regional Park, home of the Port Chicago 50, located on the site of the former Concord Naval Weapons Station, to celebrate the Park District's 90th anniversary as well as Black History Month. So Thurgood Marshall Regional Park, home of the Port Chicago 50, is named in recognition of the deadly Port Chicago explosion, which occurred on July 17, 1944, and killed 320 enlisted men, mostly African American, and injured 390 more. The park name honors the 50 servicemen who protested the discriminatory policies of the segregated Navy, including the unsafe and unjust working conditions, and former Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall, whose advocacy and high-profile appeal on their behalf as an attorney for the NAACP led to the desegregation of the U.S. military. So we are recognizing that history here, and we always will. The Park District is currently working to bring public access to Thurgood Marshall Regional Park with a new staging area south of Bailey Road. That's where we are right now. This is going to be the first part of the park that's going to open. The planned visitor center on the other side of Bailey Road will be a partnership with the National Park Service. And the new staging area here will help connect the public with Thurgood Marshall Regional Park's important human and natural history, along with its nature viewing and outdoor recreational opportunities. And I mentioned we're planning a visitor center over there. That doesn't mean there won't be any interpretive information going on here when we open this up. That there will be lots of that. And you're going to be enjoying some of that from our naturalists here today. The Celebrating Black History Walk program today helps engage the community to learn about the history of this land, stories of resistance and bravery, and the events that occurred here played a vital role in the desegregation of the armed forces. So again, welcome to the East Bay Regional Park District's 90th anniversary year and the Celebrating Black History Walk. Again, the interpretive staff are going to be leading you. They're going to be available, as will I. I'd love to meet you individually, but not every single. Well, if you all want to. I've got until 3 o'clock. Okay, for that I got to. And also, you know, the 90th anniversary. We're really thrilled to be at this milestone in the district's history, and so we've planned a number of activities. And so stay tuned for those, and please participate in them. So, and again, thank you, and I'll pass it back to President Eccles. All right.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that, Director Mercurio. And thanks again to all of you for being here. And I just want to say one last time, we really appreciate you coming out today to learn about the history here, the really critical history, as well as to celebrate Black History Month and begin the celebration of our 90th anniversary. So thanks again, and I'm going to turn it back to Susan for some logistics, and we'll see you out on the trail. Thank you.
Thank you, President Eccles and Director Mercurio, and our other distinguished guests, which actually includes all of you. All of you are our distinguished guests to this special program today. Without further delay, what we want to do is just snap a couple of shots, including a group shot of all of you. You'll be immortalized in our photography, and then allow our interpretation and recreation department naturalists. And I have to thank all the staff on board here today for putting on a unique event. But thank you so much, and have a wonderful time today.